Hello ladies and gentlemen, and how are you all doing today? So I have 3 herbs in front of me that we're going to talk about in relation to today's topic, which is a spell for psychic visions. Remember to go down to that description and click the link and see Lunar Wisdom's video on this subject. I'm sure she will actually do a spell. My videos are more talking points with props to give you tips, tricks, and ideas on how you might do this spell without actually wasting any supplies and doing it for you. So I have 3 herbs in front of me that I use whenever I need to kind of, not really necessarily a psychic vision in the sense of like Hollywood television or whatnot, but when I need to see something, when I need to open my mind to something, these are 3 of the ingredients that I will use in a cauldron fire. And a cauldron fire really is just mixing together the ingredients, at least for me in my craft. It's really just about mixing together the ingredients, placing them in the bottom of a cauldron with a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of rubbing alcohol and setting it on fire. Then I watch the flames dance and divine a message from that. If I need to have a special type of dream where I'm communicating with the goddess or with Ashtaroth or whatever, I will also use the same ingredients in an incense, okay, that I will burn before I go to bed. If I want a message from the spirits, I might take the same ingredients in an oil and dress a candle with that and burn that down and read the wax of the candle. If I'm reading tarot cards, I'll burn an incense of this. Not necessarily for the psychic vision aspect, but for the spiritual aid aspect. Now, a 4th ingredient that I was going to have over here was patchouli. And the reason that I use patchouli is because it's associated for me and my craft with the spirits. They love patchouli, okay? And so do I. So the first one is eye bright. And the reason that we're going to use eye bright is because it helps to open up your mind and your third eye. It helps you to see what can't be seen. It's got other magical and medical properties, but in the case of this video, eye bright is really great for opening your eyes and making you see what's directly in front of you. Mugwort is another really, really good one. Mugwort is great in having visions and dreams, and sometimes it's smoked, sometimes it's burned as an incense. However you do it, mugwort is one of those herbs that you can smoke. You'll just have to do your medical research to see if you're allergic to mugwort or not, or if it's going to have any adverse effects. I have smoked mugwort, and mugwort has a very gross, bitter, disgusting taste. Same with when it's in a tea. These ingredients minus frankincense can be used to make a tea. But it's a very gross, nasty tasting tea. And again, make sure that you've done your medical research before ingesting, smoking, burning, touching, looking at, thinking about, or even contemplating, which again is thinking about, getting any of these herbs. So what's really interesting about mugwort and eye bright together, because these are the 2 main ingredients in anything that I have to do, whether it's a curse, a hex, whether it's a spell that involves the mind or the spiritual psyche or the aura of anything that I'm trying to do. Frankincense in this particular case is used in conjunction with the rest of these ingredients when using as an incense, an oil, something to dress candles with, or when you're basically anything that doesn't involve smoking or drinking or eating. Frankincense is good in the case of these three ingredients to help clear out that mind. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll burn frankincense and sage and a little bit of copal, and that cleanses the area and just removes all the negativity and all the negative energy and just basically clears out the energy. In conjunction with mugwort and eyebright, along with other herbs such as patchouli or sage or sandalwood or whatnot, it helps in my craft for me to be able to better communicate with the goddess, communicate with Ashtaroth, communicate with Boone, communicate with the spirits, astral travel to go and see the spirit guides, and so on and so forth. In fact, in a later video, what we're going to be doing is making an oil out of this stuff. But I wanted to take this video to talk about some of the ingredients that you might use to help you get psychic visions, okay? Now, when I'm talking about psychic visions, I'm not talking about, oh, I'm going to win the lottery, I see the numbers, or, oh, I'm going to, I don't know, get that epic, awesome, amazing job that I have no experience for, or like, you know, it's not about unrealistic things. I think a lot of times when people get into witchcraft, they want the unrealistic, okay? They want the $1 million house, and they want the $1 million lottery, and they want the $1 million job, and they want the $1 million wife or husband or whatever, and a lot of people are very fucking unrealistic when it comes to witchcraft. Witchcraft isn't about unrealism. It's about manipulating your energies and the energies of other people to get the things that you need. Not necessarily the things that you want, but the things that you need. The magician's true will always come through in whatever spell you're doing. And if you're having a hard time tapping into that true will, if you're having a hard time tapping into those true intentions that you're trying to put into a spell, an incense of this mixture, eyebright, frankincense, mugwort, maybe some patchouli, maybe some sage, maybe some rosemary, that will really help to cleanse the area as well as open up your mind, open up your chakras, open up your psychic abilities, open up your communication abilities with spirits and other entities, and really allow you to see what can't be seen. I have a particular spell that I like to do called See What You Can't See. And basically what all it is a cauldron fire. It's some of these ingredients along with other ones that I won't list. But it's some of these ingredients, and all you end up doing is you burn some on an incense, you burn some in a cauldron fire, and the incense helps with the cauldron fire, the energies converge together, and it really helps you to be able to read those flames to understand, okay, what's going on in this particular situation, okay? The same thing can be said about reading tarot cards. About reading tarot cards, and also about divining answers from your various divination works, okay? So I hope that this gives you some inspiration. I know I didn't really do anything except talk about these 3 specific herbs that I like to use. Well, it's 2 herbs and a resin. But the important thing to understand is that what we're trying to accomplish here is we're trying to open our mind, we're trying to open our third eye, we're trying to get the magician's true will to come forward so that when we're putting our intentions in, our intentions are spot on and the energy that we're putting in is aligned with what we are trying to do, okay? So if you like this video, don't forget to go down to that description and click on Lunar Wisdom's link and watch her video where she probably will actually do a spell for you. But later on in the series, we're actually going to make this into an oil and into a candle dressing mixture, okay? So until next time, my fabulous little tubies.